What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. Today we'll be talking about the latest goings on and goings off at Arsenal during this boring international break, but we'll try our best to keep you entertained, people. Big up to each and every one of you for tuning in. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Tuesday wherever you are in the world. Make sure you're staying safe, staying blessed, do something productive. And we'll talk Arsenal, people. We'll talk Arsenal. And we'll talk general football as well, people, because I know there is lots going off at the moment. And, you know, it's to each and every one of us, today is Tuesday. But to Arsenal, it's new training kit, people. It's new training kit. So if you're ready to spend money, they've got it there for you, people. There is new training kit out today. And I'm going to bring it up actually now. I mean, I shouldn't be selling it to you people, but they have new training kit. They got Ian Wright out to sell it to everyone. And, I mean, not me. I'm not going anywhere near it. I'm going to be honest. Big up to everyone in the chat. See you net. Yeah, let me go into slow mode, people. Let me go into Granit Xhaka mode. Let me go into Granit Xhaka mode. The comments flying in as usual. Big up to every one of you. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you follow me on Twitch as well. Link is in the description. I mean, brand new training kit, people. Brand new training kit. There you go. Stella McCartney collection. I mean, it ain't cheap either. I'm going to be honest, people. It is not cheap. I think the t-shirt is around £75. Man said you've ordered it. Nah, man, I ain't ordered nothing, people. I ain't ordered a damn thing. Get top 4 and then, yeah, we go mad. I can't lie. But, nah, I ain't ready to buy anything. Give me your thoughts on it. Are they tempting you with the Stella McCartney collaboration? Here's Righty, look. I don't know what you're smiling about, Righty, mate. We don't find it funny. I can't lie. You're a legend and that. But, yo, stop smiling. Yeah, we don't want to pay another £80 for another training kit. I can't lie, man. I wouldn't go anywhere near that T-shirt, you know. They always advertise it better than, you know, you go in the shop, you think, actually, it don't look too bad. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing that. I don't know about all this on the arms, man. This white and red, it don't work for me. It don't work. Right, he's smiling because they probably give him a big fat check to wear it, you know. So he don't mind smiling. But yeah, I ain't going anywhere near that. Reminds me of Crystal Palace at end. Yeah, everyone's saying Palace. Doesn't look good. Big up Curtis, order one for me. Hey, man, come on. Nah, I ain't going anywhere near it. Strider said it's meaty. Stella is lit. I mean, I don't mind Stella as a collection, but that, I don't know, man. People saying even Righty can't make it look good. PG said it looks cool. It is a Zaha thing. It is a Crystal Palace thing. I don't know what they're doing. Righty's happy because, like I said, they probably just give him 200 grand to promote it. I'm not going anywhere near it, I got to be honest. But I'm sure some of you will. There are a lot of people that that get these kits. But like I said, they're very expensive. I think they've got trainers out as well. They've gone for it. So, yeah, that is out. I think it's out for pre-order. You know what? While we're looking at kits, I want to show you. This apparently is going to be Arsenal's new home kit for next season. This is Arsenal, apparently. You know, don't quote me on this. It might not be. Some of you have probably seen it. Usually the kits are leaked quite early. This apparently is Arsenal's new kit for next season. Now, listen, I understand it's red and white. What can you really do to a red and white kit? You can't do too much. The only thing for me on this, I don't like the collar. You know, I'm not a fan of the collar. I think that's a bit old school. It's got a little button on the top as well. I don't like that. I feel like that's some 1980s thing, man. Little button at the top, the collar. I just think, nah, man. I feel like Adidas. I feel like they're giving this to the apprentice in the back office. Like, listen, mate, you know, quickly design Arsenal something, will you? All right, we'll do exactly the same one and just throw a collar on it and a button. Don't work for me. I know it is like, listen, you can't make an Arsenal home kit look bad, really, because red and white, some Adidas stripes on the arm, it can't go wrong. But I just think, listen, if we're in the Champions League and you're putting Champions League badges on the arms, people, then yeah, get ordering me one right now. I can't lie, people. But as a kit, it doesn't wow me. It's just very basic. You could have designed that in 2 minutes. But let me know your thoughts. Phil said, I low-key love it. Modern kit shouldn't have a collar, someone said. Falilu said the Champions League kit. I mean, I don't mind if we're in the Champions League. Ty said, I feel like it might grow on us like this season's kit. Yeah, I mean, this season's kit was all right, to be honest. I like the old school collar, says Dre. On the old school tip, yeah, little collar. Mine's on some Cantona business, flicking it up and that. It's an old shirt on purpose, the 89-90 shirt. Okay, fair enough. So it's going off an old collection, which a lot of people like the throwbacks. Curtis will for sure buy this. Bro, if we're in Champions League, I want the shorts, the socks, the shin pads, the hat, the bottle, everything. If we're in the Europa League, I don't know. But yeah, if that Champions League badge is on the arm, then we move. It is a bit Burkamp vibes, in it, with the collar. Popping my collar business. Dry cleaner settings, man. But there you go. No Arsenal kit. I think it shows you the back of it as well. I mean, yeah, there's nothing they can do. Arsenal on the back. This little zigzag thing on the collar. There we go, people. New kit on its way. On its way. We will be wearing it in the Champions League, people. So, RG said, I'm buying mugs on what? Trust me, bro. The armour is sold out if we're in the Champions League. We'll all meet up there and just buy everything. I don't care if it's in my size or not. Yeah, I'll be moving like Ty. I'll be drinking out of a water bottle with no water in it. Ty settings, people. I mean, Callum said Arteta 8 on the back. Listen, man, that's a bit too much for me still. I can't lie, people. You know what I mean? I can't lie, you know. But maybe we get Martinelli 14 on the back. But we move, people. Right, listen, let's get into today's show. Penalty Spot said, got a poll question. Which centre-back pairing would you like to see next season? Gabriel and White. Gabriel and Saliba. White and Saliba. All right, here we go. Here we go. More polls than a strip club, people. Let's get into it. It's a good question with all this Saliba debate going off at the moment. So there's the first poll question of the day. Centre-back pairing for next season. I mean, I got to be honest, just giving you my initial answer. I was not the biggest fan of Ben White. I would have always said Saliba and Gabriel. But I don't know. I don't know. What would your centre-back pairing be next season? I mean, some people would say play all three, but I just don't think he would play a three at the back. So let me just get that. Gabriel and White. White and Saliba. In fact, is there more than... Yeah, there we go. White and Saliba. Saliba, Gabriel. There we go. First poll of the day, people. Feel free to make any suggestions as well. I like to keep it interactive. There we go. Yeah, listen, it depends on the team. It depends on the team and how Saliba settles in the Prem. That is the thing. White and Gabby more discipline. And that is my worry when it comes to Saliba's future at Arsenal, because I genuinely think that Arteta will be telling Saliba, these two are my centre-back pairing. You've got to break that partnership up. As Saliba got the minerals to say, do you know what? I'm willing to be patient and fight to get in this Arsenal team. Or is he going to say, I'm going to stay at Marseille, play every week. Marseille are second in the league. They'll probably be in the Champions League. He's in the French squad. Everything is going well for Saliba at the moment. If he thinks it's too much of a battle to come to Arsenal, he's had a stressful time at Arsenal, let's be honest. That is my one issue. But listen, he is contracted to Arsenal, so hopefully it's in our hands, you know. But we move. Right, Mikel Arteta, Curtis, when do I get a green screen? Hey, get that Champions League music at the Emirates. You get the green screen as much as you want, fella. Right, couple of things to talk about today. Might not be as long a show today, people. International break, a bit quiet. But the conversation is around Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka is in talks with Arsenal regarding a brand new 5-year contract as Arsenal look to seal him to the long-term future of the club. He only has 2 years left on his contract this summer. Now, something that I found extraordinary on this stat that I'm going to reveal you. This is Arsenal's current wage bill in 2022. And what I cannot believe, and I honestly never knew this about Bukayo Saka, did you know, people, that Bukayo Saka, who is currently, you could say, one of our best players, is the second lowest earner at Arsenal in the first team. And I'm going to show you this stat now. You scroll to the bottom. He is second bottom of the list, people. Bukayo Saka currently earns £30,000 a week at Arsenal. I mean, that is unbelievable. I tell you what, we've been playing a risky game. I'm surprised that a Liverpool, a Man City, a Chelsea have not made a cheeky offer and just said to him, you know what, 30k, you can come here and get 150 and play Champions League. And this is what I'm saying, people. If we don't get Champions League and clubs come knocking, the man's sitting on 30k. I mean, if I'm Saka, I'm not turning up for training tomorrow knowing that Eddie Nketiah earns 15 grand a week more than me. Yeah, I'm ringing in sick. You better sort that out ASAP. Like, Saka and Smith Rowe just signed a new contract on 40k a week. Unbelievable. What was your thoughts, people? MC said, Curtis, thanks for Aubameyang on a free, bro. Hey, I would say my pleasure, but it certainly wasn't. Buenos Aires said, man's about to shop for Lambos soon. I'm telling you. Lokonga makes more. Holding, Smith Rowe and Saka in the bottom three. Relegation zone business, people. Cedric on 75 grand a week. That was a Raul Sanelli special. So it's unbelievable the amount of money that they're talking about giving him. I mean, when you scroll to the top, you can see why this board loved Mikel Arteta from a financial standpoint, because he got rid of 300k Ozil, got rid of 300k Oba, he got rid of 100k Kolasinac, 90k Mustafi, 85k Socrates. He's cleared the wage bill. I mean, I think the next two here are Lacazette and Pepe. I think they're in trouble, you know, because that's another 182k. Lacazette, for me, 182k. He can't get a new contract. He needs to go, for me. He cannot be justifying that wage. I think Pepe will be on the chopping block this summer. I don't think they're going to keep him around. Yeah, I think 200k for your highest earner is pretty good. It's pretty good, really, when you look at what some of the other clubs. But when you put it into context, Partey was on 60 grand a week at Atletico Madrid. We more than trebled his wages. As much as I think Partey is a brilliant player, I still think we've overpaid on Thomas Partey, if I'm being honest. If somebody doubles your wage, I think that's an unbelievable offer. I don't think he was really needed to be paid 200 grand a week. But maybe it was the money that convinced him. He wears Louis Vuitton. He's driving Lambos now. He's completely changed, man. He's a new man. Dom said Lacazette is pulling our pants down for 180k. I mean, he is now. At the time when we signed him, he was probably justifying it as he was ripping up the French league. Kai said Ben White. I agree. Ben White on 120 grand. Apparently, he was on 50 grand at Brighton. Again, I don't think Ben White needed to be offered 120 grand a week. I don't know the ins and outs. Maybe there were other clubs in for him that were willing to pay him that. But it seems a little bit steep. Tierney as well, 110 grand a week coming from Celtic. No disrespect to Celtic. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have even been getting 50 grand at Celtic. So I think we've gone crazy with a few of these offers. But I suppose if they earn it, you know. Gabriel Martinelli on 90k a week. Like you said, English tax as well. People saying Ben White is worth that now. Interesting that Gabriel, who, let's be honest, I mean, that is what you call great business. 50k a week. He's on less than Sambi Lokonga. El Neni, 52k. He needs to go as well. Ramsdale, 62k. Tomiyasu, 56k. This is where the good business has been done. Cedric on 75. Xhaka on 100. Your Lacazettes. This is where I think they're going to have to revisit their situation. By the way, people, so the new offer, and I'm going to ask you this. This is going to be the next poll of the day while we end. We're going to end this poll now. Arsenal apparently are set to offer Bukayo Saka £120,000 a week on a 5-year contract. Is Saka worth 120? The poll has finished. 48% of you saying Saliba and Gabriel. So a lot of you looking for Ben White to get dropped. Would you pay Bukayo Saka 120 grand a week, people? I think, listen, you can't judge him off the wage he's currently on when it comes to Saka. You've got to judge him off, number one, what he's producing, and number two, the reality of what clubs would come in for him. I think we would have to give him 120k a week, because trust me, people, big teams are going to come in for him. It's just sometimes you have that worry that a young player who's picking up 30k a week, who I'm sure is very well grounded. Remember, people, these footballers in the Prem, they're being taxed about 40%. So he's earning 30k. He's probably taking about £18,000 a week home, plus bonuses. All of a sudden, you know, you're going from 30k to 120k. You're getting your month's wage in 1 week. You just hope it doesn't do anything to his performance or his mindset, but he does seem very grounded. And listen, at the end of the day, people are not worth what you say, they're worth what the market says. Bukayo Saka could easily go to Manchester City and earn 120 grand a week, you know, if they was to let a Sterling or Mahrez go. So it is what it is. Hopefully he stays grounded. And like Midnight saying, he's carried a lot of these, man. You know, let's be honest, your Lacazettes, your Pepes, he's getting in ahead of Pepe. And Pepe's on 140, so of course he's going to justify 120 in his mind. Cody Mystified said, too much too soon, he's going to lose the hunger. The problem is, what do? Do you offer him 70, 80 grand a week? He rejects it. Man City come knocking, 2 years left on his deal. Now you've got an unhappy Saka. How do you handle that situation? Is he going to commit to a new deal? You know, when he's doing more than people who are getting paid more than him. Zach said Sancho is bagging 350k a week. Wow. I actually didn't know he was earning that. That's unbelievable. Zach said I'd offer him 100k. What's 20k between friends, eh? What's 20k? Saka deserves it. Proved he has the heart, and I'm sure he loves Arsenal. Half vlogs, can you get up United's wage bill? I mean, theirs would be unbelievable, I'm sure. Maybe we'll do that in another show. Have a look at some of the wage bills. Hey, listen, man. Graham said, Curtis, staggered to see the wages that Odegaard, Gabriel, ESR and Saka are on, much lower than I thought. And Graham, this is a big reason why I think the Kroenkes are so keen to keep Mikel Arteta at this club for longer, because not only is he bringing in younger players, he's increasing the value of the players that he's signing. He's also getting them on a low wage bill. Like I said, people, he has reduced the wage bill by 40%. The Kroenkes will absolutely love this guy. When he walked in the door, you had Oba, Ozil, Socrates, Mustafi, all these players picking up 100 grand plus. Obviously, Oba and Ozil were getting 300. So these are the things that I have to give credit to Mikel Arteta for, because what he has done, he's put assets into this football club. We had a lot of aging players that if you put them on the market, you'd be lucky to get anything for them. You look at Odegaard, you look at Gabriel, you look at ESR, Saka. If you were to sell these guys now, you would make a fortune, if we're being honest. Ramsdale costs 30 mil. He's worth more than that. Odegaard is. Gabriel would be double what we paid for him. ESR, you know, they offered 35, 40 for him. He's worth more now. Saka would be worth upwards of 50, 60 million. So we do have assets now. And like you said, it is accountant Arteta. But these things count at football clubs. I've got to be honest. It's more than just managing the team on the pitch. They're going to look at the expenditure. Can we sell players? What age is our team? Are they going to grow and improve together? So, Amo, I hear you, though. I hear you. Man's got Adriano as his picture. What a player he was, by the way. I loved him. Pro Evo days, 99 shot power. Albert said, Saka is an intelligent and humble guy. I don't think that the wages will mess too much with his head. And listen, let's be honest. In the modern game, Saka has earned 120 grand a week, whether we like it or not. People like Lingard are picking up 150. Sancho's on 350. You know, if Pepe's on 140, then I think Saka can knock on the door and say, I should be on similar to him if you look what I'm producing. Big up my bro Fran. He said, pull up, hit the like for my boy, and big up the community. Big up, bro. Hope you're well. And I'm sure, what day is it today? Tuesday. I'm assuming you're back on tomorrow, bro. But we speak soon. Big up penalty spot. He said, as an ex-pro striker, would you play better for a bigger performance wage based on bonuses, etc., goals scored, assists, finishing position, or a big up basic wage? Listen, I'm going to be totally honest. I need that basic wage because I got bills to pay. And let's be honest, people, football is a very unpredictable game. You can give me a low wage and say, right, if you score, if this, if, what if I get injured? and I'm out for 6 months, then I'm sitting on that basic wage that is very low. So me, I want a bigger deal with smaller bonuses. I think most footballers would give you the same answer, I got to be honest. I think most people in any workplace would say, give me the high basic. Yeah, man, pay me the money, man. The bonus is just that. It's a bonus, but I need that good wage, you know? You need guarantees in life, people. You've seen how up and down the economy is right now in everything and the way things are. You need that guarantee, that good wage, and the bonus, you know, that might get you the holiday to Marbella, but you know what I mean? You need that good, solid wage, man. So, yeah, that's an easy one for me. Show me the money settings, people. Show me the money. Man said, I want to see that money up front. Hey, man, it's a madness still. Curtis finally loading clips on Pepe. Man's been getting away with it for too long. Do you know what? A lot of people commented to me yesterday talking about what I said about Pepe. I don't think I was as harsh as some people were saying, but what I was saying is I don't think Pepe is a bad player. I think there's a lot of talent there. I just don't think he's going to work at Arsenal. I don't think he's the answer. You know, he's the most expensive signing in Arsenal's history. And he hasn't produced enough. And that Villa performance, man, it gave me head loss. It gave me absolute head loss. For me, unless he tears it up between now and the end of the season, cash in. Get what you can get back. Put him on eBay, people. Buy it now. Take the money, man. You know what I mean? Give me 25, 30 mil and we move. If we get Champions League, Raheem Sterling, Serge Gnabry, maybe a Rafinha, we move, people. I think you would get more out of those players than what you're getting out of Pepe. The problem for any winger coming to Arsenal right now is when you got Martinelli and Saka, it's hard to get in the team ahead of them. You might be able to upgrade them, but it might cost you 60 million to upgrade them. And I think that money's got to go in other positions, you know, and that's the problem. Mark, not even reactionary, honestly. It's not just based on the Villa game. I like Pepe. I don't think it's going to work for him at Arsenal. I just don't. Sometimes a manager and a player, it doesn't go together. We saw that with Aubameyang, the breakdown. Sometimes it just doesn't work, people. Overfloater said Sterling is trash. Come on, bro. Come on, let's be real. He was England's best attacking player at the Euros. Look at his goal contribution, man. Wingers nowadays, they have to get similar numbers to strikers. Raheem Sterling falls right into that category. I think we'd be very lucky to get him at Arsenal, to be honest. He might even reject us, you know, so I don't agree with that. Sal said, big up Big C in the C unit, been listening while driving. Appreciate that, bro. Spot on about Pepe. It's a cut your losses thing. The longer you keep Pepe at Arsenal, the lower his price is going to go, in my opinion. Or do you give him a new contract and keep him? But what's the point? The manager don't want to play him. You know, he doesn't want to play him, so you're keeping him for no reason. If Leeds go down, Rafinha, cut price, I think you'd get more out of him. If Gnabry don't sign that contract, go and get him. Sterling, obviously the problem, you're right, he's on 300k a week. That would be the main problem. I think the general feeling with Raheem Sterling when people say overrated is, I've had a lot of conversations with people about Sterling. They feel he benefits from that Pep Guardiola style of football, which you get so many chances. But I don't know. I like Sterling. I'm a fan of Sterling. He's dangerous, but it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Napoli wanted Pepe, and we beat them for his signature because of Sanelli tax. Let's get Osimhen and offer them 55. You never know. Maybe they would take Pepe. Charlie said, problem is, Curtis, if we get Sterling or Gnabry, are you dropping Saka or Martinelli? Listen, top-level clubs, Champions League, that's the reality. Arsenal cannot actually just turn around to Saka or Martinelli and say, you're on the right, you're on the left, and there's no competition. That's gonna cost them that hunger. If you're a big club, you should have that feeling that where you're on edge, I have to perform. You know, if you drop Gnabry in there, Martinelli, Saka, you're going to have to perform every week because this brother might even be better than you. And I think that competition is necessary at top football clubs, people. It really is. Gunnar Colt said, Sterling is overrated. Don't get the love. He isn't special. Victor is perfect, but isn't worth more than 80 mil. We're going to talk about Osimhen short. It's a crazy one. It's a crazy one, man. I rate Sterling's production level. He produces people. You look at the numbers the guy produces. I mean, I'm just going to quickly bring this up. He produces every season, even when he doesn't play on a regular basis. He's not the most amazing footballer on the eye test, but you can't talk about the production, man. 7 the first year, 18, 17, 20, 10 and 10 in 23 games. And this is just league goals. This ain't even including, look, Champions League 3, 6, 5, 4. Some of them seasons, he scored 25 goals in all comps playing left wing. You need them numbers. He walks into the Arsenal team for me. In fact, I think we'd struggle to get him. But I do understand. He's not the most unbelievable footballer on the eye test, but I do like him. Junior said Nkunku, I like him. I like Nkunku, I really do. Sterling is a wise head. You got to remember as well, people, right? It's one thing Saka, Martinelli thriving in the Premier League. You go Champions League, you're moving up a level. There's going to be days where a top quality fullback might just see off one of them players. They haven't played in the Bernabeu. They haven't played in the Nou Camp. They haven't been to the San Siro on a lively Tuesday night with, flares going off. Sometimes you need experience in certain positions. A Sterling, that's not going to overwhelm him. I've done this. I've dealt with this. I think sometimes you need to just drop little experienced players around that young, inexperienced team. So, listen, for me, Sterling's got a year left on his deal this summer. And so has Serge Gnabry. If they don't sign new contracts, I would take either one of them all day long, would walk into this Arsenal team. And it would bring a next level of competition. Yeah, I don't get the lack of respect for Sterling. I've never understood it. He produces. Look at the numbers. Look at the trophies. He's ripped us apart a few times as well. Ice Freezy said, relying on Martinelli and Saka in the Champions League. This is what I'm saying. You're going up to a next level. You need experience sometimes around them guys as well. Trophy cabinet Sterling, exactly. He knows how to win. You can learn from those players. South Guna T, smash the likes, people. Get up to 1K, subscribe, road to 50K, follow Twitch and download Spitch. Big up to you, bro. Let's move on to the main event, people. Daily Victor, as they're calling it. Man said numbers don't lie. Come on, man. Raheem producers. People saying you missed a super chat. Let me just get this in. I can't even see it. Oh, Anthony. The Sterling disrespect is mad. The guy's numbers are fire. He was bagging for fun as an 18-year-old for Liverpool under Brendan. Some of our fans are high. Listen, I respect everyone's opinions, but I find it very difficult to say that Sterling can't get in the Arsenal team with the numbers that he produces. I think it would bring great competition and push us up to that next level. But hey, it's all about opinions, people. All about opinions. Let me end this poll. 92% of you saying Saka does deserve 120k a week. Let me do a Raheem Sterling poll then. Last poll of the day. Would you take Sterling at Arsenal? I mean, for me, it's an absolute no-brainer. But I'm interested to see your thoughts because clearly a lot of you are not convinced by him. But we moved. The poll's there, people. Would you take Raheem Sterling at Arsenal? 1 year left on his deal. Let's talk about Victor Osimhen. Big Vic. Daily Victor, people. Daily Victor. I'm sure lots of you have seen the story that's floating around social media now. The Napoli chairman, De Laurentiis, has said he would be willing to sell striker Victor Osimhen for £84 million this summer. He's currently the top goal scorer of Napoli. I'm just bringing it up here, people. Osimhen is currently the top goal scorer of Napoli as they fight to win the title this season. The Nigerian international is 23 years of age and was subject of a €70 million offer on the final day of the January transfer window from Newcastle. This offer was rejected and deemed too low. However, Napoli chairman has stated every player has a price. If they received an offer of £84 million, they wouldn't stand in the way of Osimhen. Now, you know me, people. I like this guy. I really do like him. I think he's an absolute problem. However, is he worth £84 million? This transfer market, in terms of strikers is horrendous at the moment. I can't lie. You've got to pay so much money to get players. But I have to admit, I've always liked something about this guy as a striker. He's big, he's strong, he's quick, he's awkward, and he's getting goals. I like him. I think I'd like to see that price reduced. I think 84 million is too high, but whoever we get, if we get Champions League, we're going to have to spend big. Could we reduce the price by giving them a player? I remember they were interested in Bernd Leno at one stage. They wanted Pepe. Could we throw them a player and reduce this price? Anthony said, like me, he's Northwest, Brent through and through. Big up Northwest, Raheem Sterling. Oh my Jays, thank you for the super chat. He said, does Sterling bring those numbers to Arsenal, though? Not against him if he were to join. He misses a lot of sitters for City, and we don't create half as much chances as they do. And I understand that. It's, if you're in a team that creates loads of chances, then naturally you're going to get more goals. At Arsenal, I think the chances would be lower. So I do understand you on that. You make a good point, but I would take the gamble. Jerry said, controversial, sorry, but in my opinion, if Sterling was a different colour and didn't go for all that bad media, he'd get the respect he deserves. I mean, listen, there's a discussion to be had around that. I certainly think the British media have an issue with him because of, maybe his culture and things like that. I don't think he gets the respect from the media that he deserves. When you look at the way Jack Grealish was idolised by the press because, he's a bit of a lad. This is the same guy that was drink driving and crashing cars during the pandemic. Sterling buys his mum a house and they call him a show-off. I just think he's vilified by the media in this country. That's a whole different discussion, though. But yeah, I understand your point. S. Wade said, Sterling would be perfect for Arsenal, especially since he was a wonder kid himself. He can teach Saka, ESR and Martinelli to develop and evolve. You make good points there. On Victor Osimhen, people, they did, you're right, Nordinov. They paid 70 million euros for him, so they weren't going to take the same amount of money for him. Would you pay 84 million pounds for Victor Osimhen? I mean, I like him. I rate him. He would be high on my list of a striker this summer. I do like him. He offers something a little bit different. But I've got to be honest, people. I think I've turned into a snob of when it comes to these strikers. I've turned into a real snob, people. I can't get my head around paying so much money for some of these players when you look at what these players have done or haven't done. I find it crazy what's going off. The striker market right now is horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. I was watching Premier League years last night, as you do, boring international break. And you're looking at Arsenal. We had Bergkamp and Henry, Cole and York at United. Liverpool had Robbie Fowler and Chelsea had Vialli and even Leeds had man like Hasselbank and Viduka. I'm thinking, how much would these men be worth in this market? We're talking about 84 million pounds for a striker that has never scored 20 league goals in a season. Listen, maybe it's completely changed nowadays and maybe you don't have to score 20 goals anymore to be considered a top striker because the wingers are scoring 20 goals. But it's insane. It's absolutely crazy. Jashar said, go on, tell me, Osimhen used to support Arsenal. Osimhen has a little story with Arsenal. When he was 17, he held discussions with Arsenal to sign when Arsene Wenger was the manager. He decided to go to France as he felt he would get more game time at Lille. But he did admit that he did consider joining Arsenal at the time because of how good Wenger's development was with the younger players. So listen, I'm sure he would be interested in coming to Arsenal. But is he worth 84 million pounds? I just don't know. But it is going to cost us that kind of money to get one of these strikers. It really is. 77% of you are saying you would take Sterling at Arsenal. So, yeah, a lot of you agree. I agree. I'd take him. But Osimhen, people, I like him. But 84 million for me is pushing it. Asfar said, no, not for 84 million. Gunnar Colt said, the hypocrisy is crazy. You all rate Saka, who has little output, if any, and yet a 23-year-old striker scoring 15 goals isn't good enough. How many has Laka scored? But the difference is, Gunnar Colt, Saka came through the system and he is starting to have output. I think he's got 10 goals in all comps. So he didn't cost us anything. You're talking about 84 million for a 15-goal striker. I get your point. He's better than Laka, but I don't think the comparison to Saka is fair. He came through the system, you know. Ishan said, Osimhen is not worth 84 million. He hasn't scored more than 15 in a season. And Curtis, you were saying that it's easy to score in that league. Tammy discussion. Let's have the Tammy discussion. I've seen a few of you saying it in the comments. I get this a lot. Right? Because I know what I said because I was there when I said it. I said, I don't want Tammy at Arsenal. And Tammy's ripping up Serie A right now. I'm going to be honest. I think Tammy's improved in Italy. I really do. I think he's improved. I still wouldn't want him at Arsenal. I'm not backing down. I wouldn't want him at Arsenal. They paid £33 million for him. He's on fire. So they're going to want, I mean, how much are they going to want for him? They're going to want 60 million for him, easily. He paid 33 mil, he's on fire. They're not going to say, oh, I'll have him back for 40 mil, 45. They're going to want 55, 60 mil plus for him. Are you paying £60 million for Tammy Abraham? I'm just not, people. He's ripping the place up, but I'm not buying him for £60 million or anything like that. I never rated him. He's doing well in Italy. I think the Italian league suits him. Listen, AC Milan's current front two are over 70 years of age. They got Zlatan and Giroud up top. They're 70-something years old between them. You got Henrik Mkhitaryan, who he was bold when he was at Arsenal about 3 years ago. Man was hella stressed. He had the Zidane bold patch coming on the back. He's on fire in Italy, you know. We ain't going to sign Henrik Mkhitaryan back. So I think sometimes certain leagues, certain teams, I think Mourinho is very good with target men kind of strikers. Zlatan, Drogba, Benzi. He's good with them kind of players. For me, Tammy can relax, man. Stay in Rome. Trust me, man. I don't want Tammy Abraham at Arsenal. I got to be honest. Would you take Tammy? Giroud's 35, Zlatan's 40. They got 75-year-old partnership up top. And they're near the top of the league. I'm telling you. Nah, P, I'm telling you, if we get Tammy, I won't be saying I've always rated him. I don't rate that brother. I don't rate him. Doesn't look after the ball well enough. Nah, don't want him. Would never want him. Loads of people have called me out on that. But Tammy, he can stay over there, man. Tammy to win the Ballon d'Or. He ain't winning no Ballon d'Or. How about as a second striker? But he's going to be too expensive to be a second striker. And he's playing every week. If you're signing Tammy, he's going to cost 50, 60, 70 mil. He's going to want first team football. He's going to want 100 grand plus. I don't want nothing to do with him. I don't want nothing to... Sorry, Tammy, man. Tammy the Galembami, they call him. I don't want him. I don't want him. Respectfully, man. I like what he's doing in Italy, and I respect it. He's in the England squad, but Rowan said he's a taller Nketiah. Nah, man, I don't want him. Chelsea have a buyback clause, which is 70 million. I bet they don't activate that, I'm telling you. I bet they don't activate that. Osimhen is on fire. Yeah, he ripped up Pablo Mari at the weekend. He was sent off and he scored 2. Havertz is the second striker, 90 million. It's Chelsea, bro. And that was Abramovich money. Yeah, we ain't got that Abramovich bag. Our bag don't look like this. Our bag's a Tesco bag. You know, they got Harrods bags. We ain't got the same bags. Although they ain't got no bags right now, to be honest. You know, they ain't got no peas. Billy said my first choice will be Darwin Núñez. Still young, can improve, not going to cost a crazy amount. A lot of people rate this guy, innit? A lot of people talking about Darwin Núñez to Arsenal. So he's definitely an option. Pepe plus 30 million for the Napoli striker. I think they'd want more there. I mean, Pepe, they want 84 million, so they're not going to value Pepe at 54 million when you look at what's happened. It would probably be 50 million plus Pepe, to be honest. Osimhen is what we need as a striker. He's so strong in the air and with his foot, complete baller. Rauda Thomas from Espanyol. I mean, I haven't seen much of him, to be honest. Doesn't excite me. Ambrosia, rice pudding, as I call him. He's good, but again, Chelsea would bump us for him. Just signed a 5-year deal. They loaned him out. I don't think he's ready to be Arsenal's first choice striker, Brozier, if I'm honest. 55 million is fair. Shortage of strikers is pushing the prices up. But then that's the thing. If you know that the strikers aren't about, you're not going to allow your asset to leave on the cheap. They paid more than 55 million to buy him. And he's improved at Napoli, so they're only going to ask for profit. They're never going to sell him cheaper. What about Schick? Yeah, he's doing well. He's having a very good season. I haven't really heard Arsenal link with him that much. There was a story. I mean, 20 goals in 20 league games. Having a brilliant season. He really is. Ambrosia rice pudding, man. Drop a jam in the middle. When I was a kid, man, that was an elite dessert. If I saw that, man, it was a good day, let me tell you. Darwin Núñez scored against Bayern, Barca and Ajax in the Champions League. Yeah, could be a good option. Elliot said Darwin Núñez, for me, South Americans make the best strikers. Listen, there's been some top players out of South America, that is for sure. Will said Ben Yedder, I think he's a little bit old now. I think he's 29, 30. I think he's kind of missed his opportunity to come to the Prem. Ruben said I would take Domenico Berardi from Sassuolo, underrated in Serie A. Raid Chelsea's team, they will sell cheap. Nah, I think they'll be all right once they get new owners. Someone we are being linked with, and we spoke about this yesterday, but I'm going to go into a bit more detail today. There is a story to discuss. E. Ross said, would you take Darren Huckabee? I remember seeing him at Forest. Captain Sal said Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney would be on the list. He would be on the list for me. I think he's starting to play well. He just wouldn't be at the top. Ben Burton, I mean, nah, not for me. Not for me. He's doing well in the Championship. I'm not sure if he's a top striker yet for Arsenal's kind of level. But we spoke about this guy yesterday. Paulo Dybala. Story coming out today, people, that Arsenal have made contact with his agent to discuss the potential numbers and what it would take to get a move for Dybala. And I was so interested that yesterday, a lot of you said you wouldn't take Dybala at Arsenal. Now, my only qualms with this deal, number one, is the wages. Number two is what position do you play him? He's not what I would call an out-and-out striker. He's somebody that kind of plays off the striker. But listen, he has been a fantastic player at times, but he's suffered with injuries. And he seems a little bit outdated. Like Falalu's saying, it's 2017 hype. But sometimes on a free transfer, people, is it not worth taking a risk? I get it. There's no such thing as a free transfer nowadays. I've got to be honest. We found out the hard way with Willian. But Paulo Dybala, let me just read out this anyway. 283 games, 113 goals, 48 assists, 117 minutes per goal or assist, 12 trophies, 4 Serie A Team of the Years, and 1 Serie A MVP. It's an interesting one for me. I got to be honest. It's an interesting one. Because I've always liked him as a player. And because I've always liked him as a player, it makes me think I would sign him. But looking at the overall package, he's on 200 grand a week. He's going to want more than that if he's on a free. He's had injury problems. Apparently, he's asking for a 3-year contract. That would take him to the age of 32. And there's no guarantees he adjusts to the Premier League. He's also being linked with Atletico Madrid. Maybe he would be better off going there. Cliff said, we'll 100% go for him. He's a free. I think we'd make him an offer. Toron said, I'll take Gnabry over Sterling any day. Listen, as much as I've bigged up Sterling in this chat, I'd take Gnabry over Sterling because he's younger. And I feel like there's a big connection between Gnabry and the Arsenal fans because we feel like he's one that got away. He was an Arsenal boy. He came through the system. He was let go kind of against his will. He didn't want to go at the time. We didn't offer him the new deal. And then we offered it him later on when it was kind of too late. So I'd take Gnabry over Sterling as well because of the age and less wages, you know. Buenos Aires Gunnar said Scaloni doesn't bring him to the national team, even with a lot of players out at the moment, and Scaloni knows. And it's one of them, what have you done for me lately settings, innit? Dybala's been out of the limelight for a long time. I just always liked him. I don't know, he's a saucy baller. Beast on FIFA as well. Probably not anymore. Just looking at his stats, I mean, he's got 8 goals and 5 assists this season in 21 games, 16 starts. They're not bad numbers, but I mean, 2017-18, he got 22 goals and 5 assists. You know, you can see the decline. Ronaldo turned up. He wasn't getting played up front, and he's definitely gone down here. Like, he's a player I've always liked, I've got to be honest. In fact, he's 28, not 29. Turns 29 in November. But a lot of you saying no to this one. Dybala, Saka, and Osimhen. Forrest, he wants the signings in, man. Get both Gnabry and Lewandowski. I mean, listen, I can't lie. Lewandowski, if that one happened, I would take that on a mad wage for a year. That's a whole other discussion, but Gnabry up front, could you play Gnabry false 9? McKeel, Gnabry or Rashford? I would take Gnabry over Rashford. I know at times I've said I would maybe take a risk, but I would take Gnabry. Never reached the heights which were expected. Yeah, it's a shame. He's a baller. Ollie Watkins, I mean, no chance for me. I'm not a fan of him at all. Graham said, Curtis, I would take Moussa Dembele from Lyon. Leads the line well. Links up with Saka, Martinelli and Odegaard. Did well at Celtic when he played in the Champions League. He's all right, Moussa Dembele. I felt he stepped up from Celtic to Lyon. He had that loan spell at Atletico, struggled. He had that issue, didn't he? I think he collapsed on the pitch. And I think he's back at Lyon now. He's all right. He wouldn't be anywhere near the top of my list. And certainly for me, if we get Champions League, I think we need to lift that level a little bit more. Akil said Timo Werner, listen, Turkish said he would take him. You know what? Next time we have him on the show, we're going to have a discussion about that because there's a few controversial ones. You know, I said I would potentially take Rashford. I would take Sterling. I would take Gnabry. I would take Lewandowski for a year or two. He said he would take Timo Werner. Sometimes, when there isn't an obvious answer out there, which there isn't at the moment, when it comes to strikers, we can all look at strikers and see that there's no obvious answer. The obvious answers, if we could obviously do it, would be Haaland and Mbappe, but we're not in that league. We can't get those kind of players because of the position we're in. The most obvious one after that was Vlahovic. We've missed out. Now we're all throwing names out there. Oh, he's had a good season. Buy him for 60 million. You know, Darwin Núñez struggled last season. He even played against us and didn't do anything. This season he's doing well. People want him. Some people want Osimhen. I like Osimhen. I would take him. 84 million for a guy that scored 15 goals. I don't know. Maybe goals ain't the main thing. You know, João Felix, he would cost you nearly 100 million. Not a big goal scorer. Could he adjust to the Prem? I don't know. So sometimes you have to take a risk on a player that has huge potential, but maybe it hasn't worked out for him somewhere else. You bring him back and he starts to tear the place up, you know. Don't forget, people, you know, a man like Arjen Robben went to Real Madrid and flopped. And look what he did when he went on to Bayern Munich. So I'm sure Arsenal fans might have gone, oh, I don't want Arjen Robben. Look at him, he's flopped at Real Madrid. Sometimes they're just in the wrong environment. You have to bring them back somewhere else and make it work. Lukaku, I mean, look, Lukaku was at Inter looking like a world beater. People were saying this is one of the best strikers in the world. He's at Chelsea, and Chelsea fans are saying he's a donkey, get rid of him. You know, the environment, the system, the setup makes a big difference. I think sometimes we're going to have to think and be a bit more creative. We'll do comments for 5 minutes, then we'll get out of here. That's pretty much it for news today, people. It's a quiet day. Get your comments in. What kind of players would you like to see Arsenal go for in the summer? Assuming that we get Champions League. Let's not think of Europa League level signings. Who would you take? I mean, Andrew said he'd take Lukaku. Lukaku for me is a no-go. Not because I don't think he's a good player, because I think there is a good player there. He turns 29 in May, and he's on 250 grand a week, and he's flopped at Chelsea, which puts me in a position where I think, is he not suited for the Prem? You know, and they would want big money for him as well. Brad said Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin, for me, I'm just concerned about the injuries, man. He's getting so many muscular injury problems. It has to be a concern. If Everton got relegated and you could get him on the cheap, I would possibly take him, but I would still buy another striker. I don't think he's good enough to be the main man with these injuries as well. Big up Ivan LFC. Thank you for your donation, bro. Mister said I'd take Felix. A good player, be expensive. Kid said he's on 350k. Wow. I mean, would you pay Lukaku 350k? Turns 29 in May. I'm sorry, I wouldn't go anywhere near it. Simon, no, listen, mate. Patrick Bamford, no. You don't know me. Patrick Bamford, fam. We're trying to go Champions League, man. Yo, that's Conference League business. Nah, man, I don't want a Bamford. Iana said, would you take Nkunku as a false nine? He has mad numbers. Greetings from Washington, D.C. Yeah, man, I would take Nkunku. Would I play him off a striker? Possibly, rather than false nine. But his numbers this year are ridiculous. We nearly signed him for 12 million under Emery. Yeah, I'm telling you, Simon, you've been in the comments for a long time, but that's close to a timeout. That's nearly 3 minutes on the naughty step. I can't lie. Adeyemi, Nunes, Aouar, Nkunku, and a right back. Man said, okay, forgive me. You're forgiven. You're forgiven. You know, we all have blunders at times. I wanted Mourinho at Arsenal, you know, at one stage. It happens, people. It made sense at the time, but I got a big backlash for it. We'll forgive you for Patrick Bamford. Chris says Rashford. As I said, I'd take him on the cheap. I would. I'd take a gamble, but it depends. They would want big money. Manev said, I was watching your old streams. The number of times you said you are a disgrace. Listen, man, that especially last year, I probably said that 100 times, man. It was a tough year. Finishing 8th, no fans in the stadium, losing to Villarreal. Yeah, man, I said that a number of times. I can't lie. People saying Kessie's agreed to join Barcelona, according to Fabrizio Romano. Good signing, free transfer. I think Xavi's onto something at Barca. I can't lie. I think he's onto something. I think Pedri is going to be one of the best midfielders in the world. That Araujo, is it, who plays centre-back? He looks like a monster of a centre-back as well. Guna said the Arsenal spine is still not right. We have to replace Xhaka. We need an absolute baller up front, and it's going to be 80 million plus, then so be it. 100%. Even if Xhaka and Lacazette lead us to the Champions League, don't get caught up in no emotions, Mikel Arteta. They both got to go. Lacazette's got to go, and Xhaka's got to go. If Xhaka's willing to stay as a backup player, squad player, then he can stick around. I wouldn't really want him at the club, but if he does, it's not the end of the world. He's proved he can play with Partey, but he has to be upgraded. That brother's like an iPhone 8. Like, you know what I mean? We're moved on. We need a better camera. We need a quicker internet. You know, them man are still on 3G. We're at 5G now. So, yeah, Lacazette and Xhaka have to be upgraded. That is for sure. Ross said they'll keep him both. I guarantee it. They better not, bro. Especially Lacazette, man. Don't give him a new deal. Martin said Depay is actually strong and playing like Lacazette. Good replacement, offering perspective, plus goal threat. Listen, I think Depay would consider leaving because he's not starting now because of Oba. World Cup year, you can't afford to sit on the bench. You really can't. Yeah, man, 3G settings with them, man. New midfield and striker needs to happen. I think it will. I think we get Champions League. We'll buy both those positions. It just depends which player that we get. Baron said, if Arsenal is smart, they call Frankie de Jong his agent now. I think he's brilliant. I'd take him all day long. There are rumours he wants to leave Barcelona, which I'm not sure why. Has he not settled in Spain? But listen, I'd love de Jong. A baller. Absolute baller. Andrew said, I will prioritise the midfield first. Arsenal can buy Neves, Fabian Ruiz and buy a striker later. Xhaka as a starting mid in the Champions League. That is a no-no. Listen, I've always said I think Arsenal, I would love to see Martinelli play a game through the middle. I think there's potential for a striker there. Brutal said, you make me laugh, bro. Stick in 3G. I'm telling you, man, Xhaka's like 3G, bro. You ain't getting no signal. Yasin Curtis, have you seen this guy in Spain? I think he's called listen, Let me not talk about him too much. I brought him up yesterday, man. People don't like that conversation. Lick down that like button, people. We're almost out of here. Been on for nearly an hour. I will be back on tomorrow again. We're going to get some collabs going. We're going to get Twitch going and all of that good stuff during the international break. I'm sure I will do a couple of watch-alongs as well. Raul said Osimhen, Tielemans and Rafinha. That would be a great window. And Tottenham are on form. Just hope we win at least 7. We're going to have to turn up because Kane and Son, they fire them and we need to get everyone firing if we're going to get top 4. Tell me this, said Curtis, you telling me if Laka was offered a new deal with slightly less wages, you would be having none of it? I'd move him. I'd move him on. I think Lacazette's chapter is up at Arsenal. I think the story is over. Get us into the Champions League, pat him on the back, move him on. I think we need 2 new strikers. The last striker Arsenal signed was Aubameyang by Arsene Wenger. Emery and Arteta have not signed 1 striker. I think we need 2 new strikers. Fresh output, energy, youth, pace, height, physicality. I want 2 new strikers in the summer. Thank you very much for tuning in today, people. Big up to each and every one of you for your fantastic support, as always. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're here daily. Follow me on Twitch as well, link in the description. I'll be back tomorrow around about 2 o'clock, 2:30 as usual. And going to get some collabs going. I've sent out a couple of messages, so I'll see what they're saying. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. There's a heat wave in England, people. It's 16 degrees. Not quite a heat wave, but the sun's out, and that's the best we can hope for. So enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you all tomorrow, people. Bless.